Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Moms in Real Estate. I am lagging for sure with my video. It's just that kind of day. Today, our guest is Monica Rankin. I'm so excited to talk with her. She's going to talk about her transition from being a stay-at-home mom, moving into real estate, and how she has plenty of time for a rewarding career, but also is a great family mom. I'm so excited to hear from her. Let's get things started.
Angela Fazio is an industry powerhouse who has overseen 40,000 homes sold and $9 billion in production. And Kristen Cantrell is one of the nation's most accomplished team leaders, helping thousands of agents build their businesses. They are passionate about educating, encouraging, and empowering moms in real estate. Our next episode starts now.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Kristen, you're going to have to do most of the talking because my video's for crap today.
I know. I could totally see the beginning was lagging. So, Monica, tell us a little bit. Let's get the show started and tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name's Monica Rankin, and I am a wife. Been married 11 years. I have 4 daughters. I've been in real estate for 5 years. And prior to that, I was a stay-at-home mom for 7 years. But I did work. I worked from when I was in 7th grade all the way up until probably my first daughter. And then I worked on and off since.
What made you decide to get into real estate?
Well, I am somebody who will put my hands in everything. So when I was a single mom with my first 2 daughters, I decided to be a teacher. And so I went to school for that, and I figured I'm a single mom. This is going to work great with my schedule. And then I met my husband now, and I'm like, I'm no longer a single mom, so I don't have to do this. So I decided to do hair. I went to hair school, finished, started that career, and my kids were just too small to be working on the weekends and hustling to get that kind of business. And so I stopped working for the 7 years. And then my husband at the time, he is still a lender, and my dad's a lender. And my dad's like, you've been not working for long enough. Getting up at 11 a.m. is just not going to cut it anymore. And so he was like, go get your license. I'll pay for it. So basically he went and got me my license, signed me up, paid for it. And I just went. And I love it. I mean, I love real estate. I love being able to meet people and talk to people and be part of that process. But that's how I got started. My dad kind of pushed me out there and was like, you're going to do real estate. You can make a lot of money and it's going to be good for you.
Good for your dad.
Story.
I love that story.
And when I was 18, I graduated from high school, and my dad said, you have the summer to go and get your real estate license before college starts in August. And I was like, okay. So same thing, my dad got me into real estate. I went and got my real estate license just because he told me to. That's funny. I love that, I think that so many moms listening can relate with your story. I want you to kind of talk about what comes first to you and what your goals are in real estate, because I feel just everything that you've shared with us, I feel like everyone's going to really relate well to.
So when it comes to real estate, my goals are to at least do 1 deal a month. In my mind, I'm like, if I'm doing 1 deal a month, that's enough extra income. The bottom line is I've been married for 11 years, stay-at-home mom for 7, and my husband is just the most supportive person. So he's just like, whatever you want to do. If you want to do real estate, do it. If you want to quit tomorrow, then quit tomorrow. If you don't want to work, you don't have to work. If you want to do interior design, go do that. He just doesn't care. And he just tells me, you're killing it at everything you do. Oh, good job. So he gives me a lot of praise for everything. So with real estate, if I do better than 1 deal a month, I'm excited. But that's just my goal, because I do put being a mom first.
Yep.
So being a mom comes first, being a good wife comes second, real estate comes third in everything. My husband is the breadwinner, and we do play those old school roles, but I'm not old school at all. But I like that feeling of being able to know like I have him to support me and I can do what I love, as opposed to being forced into a job that I just have to go to. And I'm more than happy to like handle everything here. And then he helps a lot with the kids. But with the house stuff, I'm like, I got it. I'll take care of everything. You can just throw the trash. And so for me, my kids always come first. And with all this COVID stuff, it's been really good because we have that ability to say, hey, you're going to take care of the kids and I'll still go to work, and then you'll work as it comes, but don't stress over like marketing yourself and trying to get extra business from other places when we don't have all that time right now with 4 kids home every day.
So I know Angela started online school today. That's why she's lagging, because her house is
on the computer. This is, if I could say what I want to say right now, you'd probably bleep it out. It's that
show. Stay fit. This is an adult show.
It's a show at my house.
We haven't started school yet over here, so I don't know how that's going to be. My oldest daughter, she's a senior, and she started Monday, but she's a senior, so I don't have to worry about anything when it comes to her. I'm like, guy walked in there, I was like, oh yeah, you started school today. Okay. She's like up at her desk, doing school on Zoom or whatever. I don't have to worry about it.
Not even all seniors would be like that on it, but my son who's in high school, he's fine. It's just the youngest 2 that are having all this coordination.
I know. My 5-year-old's never even like really been on a computer, so I'm like, okay, you have to type your username and password, and he can't read, and so I'm like, just he can see the letters, but just him logging in was hard. And then I was upset yesterday because I'm sitting there with him and we plug in his headphones and his teacher's on and there's all these kids on and the kids are all muted and the teacher read like books for 2 hours. And I'm like, okay, like I don't want my kid just being talked to all day. I want him interacting. And I'm like, this sucks. But we're all
though. It's so hard. I feel terrible for the teachers too, because most people, I'm perfectly comfortable having this conversation, remotely. I prefer in person, but some people, they get in front of even just a computer camera and they're like, not comfortable. So everyone's having a hard time. I'm sure we are not the only ones talking about this week, but I feel bad for the teachers. I feel bad for the students. It's just the way it is, I found out yesterday my daughter didn't know how to cut and paste. Like we had to figure that out, There's some upsides.
Yeah. Well, Monica, you'll have 4 in school when next week?
Well, my oldest daughter, she will start college, and then she just graduated. So she graduated during COVID, and she was so sad.
Oh.
She was so sad, but she's fine. I'm like, it's a moment in your life that you do remember, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
She had a hard time though, but she's in college. She'll start college, and then my senior, and then I have a 11-year-old in 6th grade, and she's really sad because she was excited to like be in 6th grade, join sports, and like move class to class and do all those things. And then my other daughter, she's in 5th grade, and they're all self-sufficient kids. Like they can do everything on their own. My 5th grader, she just wants to need, that type of thing. Like I can't do it, and then I have to force her to do it on her own, and it's just like a struggle in that way, like a battle. You can do it by yourself. No, I can't. I'm like, okay, so then I'm battling her with that, and it's just easier sometimes to do it for them, but you don't want to do that either. So
no,
it's just all around.
This morning, my 3-year-old was like, Mom, will you feed me? I'm like, no, I'm not feeding you. He's like, just pick up my avocado toast. I'm like, no, pick your own avocado toast.
That's how I grew out conversations.
Yeah, it's an interesting time, but I love that you're on the show today, Monica, because I want people to know that there is no standard in real estate. That's the beauty of real estate. You can be a great realtor and do as many deals or as little deals as you want and fit that in with the rest of the goals in your life. And I just want to take away the excuses of anybody who's watching who says, but you know what, I only want to do 60 deals a year. I only want to do, whatever, or I want to kill it. There's room, there's space for everyone who wants to be excellent in real estate. and
Yeah,
have
I really struggled with that in the beginning because I felt like I needed to do more, and I kept putting all this stress on me. And it's because I try to surround myself by people who are doing more and are doing good because I want to still be a good agent overall for the, 13 or 14 clients that I serve a year. But it's just like when you see them producing so much and then they're talking to you and they're telling you can do more, and it's just like, for where I'm at in my life and the way I function and the way I live my life, it doesn't make sense for me to put that much more on my plate because I do a lot. I don't stop. From the time I wake up to the time I go to bed, I don't stop. And I'm somebody who goes to sleep late, and that's because that's literally the only time I get for myself. And driving in real estate, I love it because I'm by myself in my car, and that's like the only time I get to be alone without somebody saying, Mom, 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 Mom. So I love that drive. So everybody's like, how do you just drive for 30 minutes, 45 minutes? I'm like, that's the only time I get to like really to myself other than 10 p.m., when I'm finally laying down, and then I don't go to bed till midnight because it's like my only 2 hours.
Yeah.
So I did struggle with that in the beginning. I felt like, and my goal should be 24, and then my goal for the next year, like every year I should be doing better. But realistically, all of my business is referral based, and I do my best. Like I give my 100% to every person that I'm working with. And then I hope that because I did so good that they'll refer me business, and I will hear back from them later. And I keep in contact with everybody I do business with. And I just reap my rewards through doing a good job for that person that I'm working with. And it's easiest for me that way because if like I had 3 escrows last month, and that was a lot for me. I was like, how am I going to manage all this? And I don't have a transaction coordinator since I left my other brokerage to come to my new brokerage. So I don't have a transaction coordinator here. So then when I have 3 or 2 in escrow, it's just juggling a lot of paperwork. And people always say the paperwork's easy, but it is easy in a sense, but it's tedious work that takes time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like the idea of being able to make a lot of money and not have to utilize all my time from 8 to 5 every day. It's like I can build around my kids' schedule. I never miss any of their events. I never miss any of their jiu-jitsu tournaments. I never miss anything. And my husband's in lending, so he never misses anything either. So they don't know what it's like to have a parent going to work from 8 to 5 and not getting home till 6. They're like, Mom, can we please go to kids club after school care? I'm like, no, you should be so lucky that you don't have to go to kids care, but it's like they want to go.
I love your example because I think there's way too much pressure to be one way. Like if you're, especially on women, we're supposed to what? Kill it in every area of our life according to what the world says. And and what we all need to keep sharing these stories is that there are seasons in our life, and no season is maybe better or worse. It's just different. And we actually get to choose, not always as, blessed as you are to have such flexibility, but we get to choose, and we don't have to let other people or the world tell us if our season's a good or a right season, and we don't have to hear that it's wrong or not what we should be doing. That's why I love this story so much, because you're so comfortable saying, this is what works for my life. This is how I'm going to order things, and it's okay.
Yeah, it was a struggle for me when I first started working because I put a lot of pressure on myself in the beginning. I was a stay-at-home mom for 7 years, so I only took care of the house and the kids, and things just got out of control. Like I felt my house was always dirty, and I felt like nobody was contributing, and there's all these things. But when you're a stay-at-home mom for 7 years, you're just taking care of everybody without even realizing that you're really doing everything for everybody. And I did not know what to do with myself. I'm like, how am I supposed to keep things together in my house, keep working and going to work every day and trying to gain business when I'm new in real estate? And it just clashed for me really hard. And I would just have major breakdowns alone. Like everybody would leave in the morning And I would just cry because I didn't know what I was doing. And my husband was like, I don't know why you're putting so much pressure on yourself. Like, the house will be fine. We will be fine. Everybody will figure it out and everybody will be fine. Just do what you want to do and we'll work around that. Like, everything will be taken care of.
What a great husband.
I know, he's awesome.
He's an awesome husband. He's really good. He's really good to me in that sense. Like, he wants everybody to be able to do what they want to do. And that's it. He's like, even if you want to go to a job and just make $30,000 a year, that's fine with me. If you're happy. You know, so we try to really instill in the kids, you don't have to go work for somebody. You can work for yourself and work around your own schedule. You know, we have our 18-year-old daughter who started working at AJ's and she is struggling because she's already missed like her sister's birthday, her grandma's birthday, and just like little things. You know, we're not doing much right now because of COVID and, you know, we're partially like in quarantine, but she was so moody. And I'm like, I told you to start your makeup business so you don't have to work with somebody else on somebody else's time, because you ask for the day off, they say no to you. But if you start your own business in makeup, because she loves makeup, then you don't have to worry about that. You know, you can work around your own schedule and say when you want to work and when you don't want to work. But it's a tough lesson for you to go through, and she's young, so she'll learn, and hopefully we can lead by example.
You can't make your kids do anything, but all we can do is lead by example.
Yeah.
I hope they just find their way, you know?
Yeah. It's hard to see that, though.
Yeah. I want everyone to hear a little bit about your other business too. So definitely tell everyone about interior design.
So I do interior design work. I just love to do interior styling. So if the space is complete, I can just go on there and find that perfect sofa to fit your space, or, you know, your coffee table or some shelving. I can style shelving for you. I know a lot of people really struggle with what to put on shelves.
Yeah.
And, you know, because it's things that you would never utilize. It's just like they're for your eyes, you know, for your eyes to look at. So I do that.
Like, I have 3 shelving areas in my new house. I'm like, I don't know how to do this. I'm like looking on all these different websites. I'm like, I just need to buy exactly what's on there.
Everything. Can I buy every piece?
Do you mean if I showed you like a room and all I had is 2 couches, like a couch and a love seat, you could be like, I could picture the coffee table that should be there. You can do that?
Yeah.
I'll be
and I love doing that.
I need help. I am not good at all.
It's a talent that a lot don't have. Like, you probably can walk in a house and visualize like how cute it could be, even if it's not. And I feel like I walk into a house and if it's not my style, I can't see past it. I have a big issue with that. And I think that's cool that you have that ability.
Yeah. So I just do that part-time also. I just take on projects here and there as they come. And those are all referral projects also. So with interior design or styling, I've been doing that for a while, just here and there. It's just something that I've always done. But now that I am using social media to put my stuff up, I'm getting more people reaching out about that. So I'm like, that's good. I can use social media and show my before and afters, and people love it and they'll call me. This is easy. Yeah. Because it's something tangible, like they can actually see it, you know? Yeah. Whereas before I would just do it and then forget about it. So I've done so many projects last year. I, for a short period, did a few projects with a construction company, and I would just go in there and do all the finishes and not really style though. And I don't have any photos of those, of any of those projects. Like, I never took a photo. It's like I went, I did the job, and I left, and that was it. So this year my goal was to do projects, and then at the end of the year, hire a photographer to come out and take photos of them.
That's right, for sure.
And I think the big takeaway there is that, like, real estate does afford you to do other things that you're passionate about too. So I love that you're able to do both of those things and then also have your family first. So that's so cool. If you have to give another mom out there some advice that's getting into real estate, what would you tell them?
Don't put a lot of pressure on yourself. Just take things day by day and do things that work for you, because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to give you their opinions on what they think that you should be doing. And really, they don't, come into your home every day and live the life you live. So we can take those opinions and pick them apart and do what we can with them. But don't put all that stress on yourself to like feel that you have to do everything really, really great or the same as you were prior to being in real estate, because it's just not going to happen. And everybody will be fine. Your kids will be fine. Your husband will be fine. Everything will be good.
What's that movie where she's like, "We're fine. I'm fine.
I'm fine."
I don't know. I know what you're talking about, but I can't think of it.
I say it all the time. I can't think of the movie right now, though.
Well, all I know is I'm so glad that you came on. I hope that so many women watch this and give themselves a break and just free themselves up to go and do the things that are fun for them, that fit into their life. And real estate is the perfect career to do exactly what you're doing so well, Monica. So thank you so much for sharing your life with us. And I just know it's going to be a blessing to a lot of people.
I agree.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Kristen. Sorry for the technical difficulty today. And God bless all of you. And we will see you next week.
Okay, bye, guys.